Sean Sewell with Engearment.com. It is the spring/summer of 2025, and I have before you three of what I could find were the best middle to middle high priced sauna blankets for 2025. As a fitness professional, I've tested each of these numerous times and used these kind of tools as well as a Finnish style sauna tents, cold plunges, hot tub, and other recovery tools. So I wanted to create a video comparing what I think are the top three at this price point, $400 or $500 price point, and show you the features, functionality, and help you decide which one might be right for you and your situation. So let's get into them. So what is a sauna blanket? A sauna blanket is what you see before you. It is a soft-sided, cleanable material, usually a PU-coated vinyl, or in the case of the HeatPod, it's a vegan leather. This one is a little bit softer PU right here. This is kind of similar material. Easy to clean up with soap and water. It's probably the first thing people think is, if you're going to go into this contraption and sweat, how do you clean it? Well, you simply clamshell. There's a zipper on all these that opens them up all the way. You can take some soap and water or Clorox wipe if you want and wipe them down and clean them up. Really easy to solve that first concern you may have. Two, how it works. Basically, it works through conduction and radiation over convection. What I mean by that, and hopefully I said that correctly, in a traditional sweat tent, which we have at our gym and we use all the time, it gets hot by creating a heat source, in our case a wood burning stove, and that creates heat, and then the air around it gets heated up, and then you are in the air, kind of like a convection oven, and then your body temperature raises. They work great. I'll do a comparison video between a sauna blanket versus a sweat tent in a different video. There's benefits to both, but the 30-second version is a sweat tent works really well, but it takes up space. In our case, it goes in the back of the gym, and it will accommodate up to 8 people, which is great for community and talking, but it takes a lot of resources, wood, time, and can be kind of dangerous if you touch the stove or if you don't do the fire right and you get too much carbon dioxide or monoxide in the tent. There's a lot of moving pieces and variables. It takes a lot of space. They are portable. If you put in a lot of time to break down the tent after it's cooled down, you could take it to a new location. That's totally a possibility. The temperature ranges we shoot for about 190 to 205 in there, and they work. It works really well. We usually do it for about 20 minutes out of whack. Sometimes we'll do a contrast therapy where we'll go into a cold plunge and then come back. We call that fire and ice. And it does work. Sometimes it works too well. One thing I notice, and I'll compare it to a benefit of the sauna blankets, is your whole body is immersed in the heat. Can be a good thing, but also just, people are learning about the brain getting too hot, so they have special hats, usually made of merino wool or other helmets, to try and keep the head from getting too hot. Also, something I personally experienced, and you may have experienced this too, is when you're in a sweat tent, my nose burns. I can't breathe through my nose, and I attribute that to being moisture in the nose. Also, you can't have metal or glass objects in a sweat tent. If you go to touch it, they will burn you. So you have to think about those kind of variables as you go into a sweat tent. But the sweat is awesome, and there's a lot of health benefits. I won't go into it here. That's for somebody else like Rhonda Patrick or Dr. Andrew Huberman to talk to you about. But the reason the sauna blanket is a nice alternative to that is there's many reasons. One, they're portable. These all come with a stuff sack. They weigh around 20 pounds, about 8 to 10 kilos. They are portable. You can take them on a plane. They can go under your bed. They can get put in a closet. We keep 2 in our closet at all times with our Normatec recovery sleeves. And they're really simple to use. You plug them into the wall. You set the temperature. You set the time. You get into it, and I'll show you how that looks and how it feels here in a minute. And then they get to different temperatures. They claim on paper, I think 185 for the HeatPod, which is currently the hottest on the market here, April, May of 2025. And then 170s, 175 for these guys, which is plenty hot. 170 or above is ideal for all the health studies that I've read to benefit improving your telomeres and the heat shock proteins and all these other things I've talked about in other sauna blanket video reviews. Do they get that hot? I think they start off that hot at the coils, but through the materials and all that, they don't quite get to that temperature, but they do get hot enough to elicit a really, really nice sweat. So how do these compare? As you're looking at them, you're probably wondering about the build quality, the remote controls, and the quality of the product, how quickly they heat up, and my overall thoughts. So let's get into that in part 2. All right, let's talk about remote controls, how you control the device. With the LifePro Rejuvawrap right here, it's pretty basic. I have it plugged into the wall behind my dog crate. I'm gonna turn it on, and you can see the readout. I got temperatures of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So those are the levels. The timer will go up to, it started off at 50, 51, I bet it'd go to 60. Yeah, it tops out at 60. So level 9 for 60 minutes, and then it'll warm up. It takes about 10 minutes to get up to temperature. Nothing wrong with getting into it beforehand and getting situated. The pros of this, it's simple. It's, you see what the numbers are very clearly. I have it set at level 9 for 60 minutes. I would probably not do that. I'd probably do level 9 for 20 to 30 minutes for a typical session. What I don't know is what temperature 9 is. I assume 9 is in the range of around 170, but I don't know. It would be cool if that was an actual Fahrenheit and Celsius read right there. So keep that in mind. The Sun Home is even more basic than that. There's just a rheostat that goes, and I don't know what level is what. It just kind of goes. There's a small little arrow right here. That's about it. Time, just click up, and you increase the time. It's the most basic, right? It's really, really basic. And how these all work is they connect to the bottom. So this one's connected to the bottom. This one would connect to the bottom of this one. And then the Hydragun would connect to the bottom. All right, I'm gonna go through them individually now, okay? So I'm gonna get inside the LifePro Rejuvawrap. It's got a nice sizable zipper. I do like that. The zipper goes all the way around so you can't open up all the way. And I'm 6'1", 220 pounds, 45-inch chest, 34-inch waist, 32-inch inseam for reference. So on the bigger side, all right, my feet are touching, as you can see right here. My hands are right here. This is a nice fit. I like the way it fits. I'm gonna be losing quite a bit of heat. Or I have noticed I've lost quite a bit of heat coming out through here. So something to think about. Some things that I add to the experience is I put a pillow behind me, and then my TV is right there, and I can watch some TV and enjoy some time with my wife, because we have more than one of these, so we can do this together, prop our heads up a little bit, and then watch a show or listen to some music. Some tips on using sauna blankets. You can go in clothes like I am right now. Some people do experience a little burning from some coils. I've not noticed that on these 3 brands right here, but I have seen plenty of reviews where people do get red irritation marks from direct skin contact with the heating elements, which are usually buried pretty well within cotton and other materials, but sometimes some people have experienced burning. To negate that, wear socks, wear some sweatpants, wear a long sleeve shirt, and that should take care of any kind of potential skin irritations or burns. So if you're just new to sauna blankets, I would advise you to do it that way first. And or some of them come with inserts, like this HeatPod right here. This is a blanket, a terry cotton, 100% cotton blanket that goes inside it, so you could actually be naked and then rely on this to take out any kind of potential of irritation for the skin or burns. Plus it's going to collect your sweat, and you can wash it. So the Rejuvawrap from LifePro is sizable enough for me. It fits me really good. The downsides are the control. I don't know what temperature it's set to. I just put it to hot as possible, as hot as I can tolerate, and stay in there for 20 30 minutes. The opening here leaves a little bit to be desired because there's no zipper, there's no magnets, there's no way to seal it. It's just kind of open. So the efficiency gets lost a little bit there. But again, this is the mid price point, around 400 bucks when I picked it up. Sometimes they go on sale. I'll have a link below, and whatever that link is will be an affiliate link, of course, which supports our channel. It has a zero cost way to you. And it'll also have whatever the best sale price is built in. So if you're gonna pick up this one, the link will be below. And yeah, it's good. It's got good quality. I like the material. The only downsides that I can think of after using it for a few weeks is remote control. It'd be nice if I had a temperature readout. And if there was a way to seal this up right here, that'd be great. Yeah, and then I just add a pillow and I'm good to go. So that is the LifePro Rejuvawrap. Up next, we're going to get into the Sun Home Sauna, so stay tuned for that. All right, next up we have the Sun Home Sauna. Now this one comes with raving reviews from Rolling Stone and Forbes magazine saying it's the best sauna blanket in the market. And I don't know why, honestly. The remote control leaves a lot to be desired. As you see here, I have it on level 9 for 69 minutes. It's been plugged in for a few minutes. It takes about 10 minutes to warm up, pretty typical. You get a loop on the zipper. The zipper is a little bit different than the LifePro. It'll unzip all the way. One thing that jumped out to me when it came in is it is smaller than the LifePro and the Hydragun HeatPod, which might be beneficial for people who are not as big as myself or bigger. Again, for reference, I'm 6'1", 220 pounds, 45-inch chest, 34-inch waist, 32-inch inseam, 36, 37 on the arms. So though it is smaller, it still could be effective. That zipper could be a little better. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't even come past my nipples on my chest. It does get warm. I've used it. You get these straps, which thank goodness for straps. That negates the heat coming out to an extent compared to the last one. I do fit in it widthwise, and it does work. I've used it several times. It's just you saw the night and day difference of how easy it was to get into the LifePro compared to this one. But the benefits are less to heat up. And it definitely, I'm already starting to sweat as it is heating up, which is the goal of a sweat or sauna blanket. But as you can see, the sizing, it's doable for my 6-foot frame, but if you're any bigger, you're just not gonna enjoy this. But it is effective. The remote control, like I mentioned, is just about as basic as it gets. Even the feel of it, it doesn't feel premium. But again, this is the mid-range category. There are nicer ones out there, and they cost more, right? So this one again is in the $300, $400, $500 price range. The price fluctuates all the time. There's always sales. I believe we have an affiliate link set up for this one as well, just like I mentioned in the last one. What that does is that there's a personalized link for Engearment, our gear review brand, and we'll give you the best price, and then we do get a kickback if you decide to pick it up, but that's a zero cost way to you. So if you want to support the channel, that is the easiest way to do so. But this one, it might be good for smaller people. The materials are a little bit different. I believe it has low EMF, not no EMF, electromagnetic frequencies, if that's something that's important to you. The material is more pliable than the HeatPod and the LifePro, but not better. It feels cheaper, feels like a knockoff leather, like bag would feel. But hey, it does work. And it might be for a certain target audience, especially smaller people. Less area to heat up, and it works. It's not got all the bells and whistles, you know, but it does work. All right, next up, we'll do the HeatPod from Hydragun, and see how that one goes. Stay tuned. All right, number 3 in our roundup for 2025 sauna blankets of the year is the HeatPod by Hydragun. As you can tell, it's going to have a similar kind of material as the LifePro Rejuvawrap, but it's made from a vegan leather, which is not like a polyurethane coated materials like the previous two were, or most of the other ones are out there. It's a better feeling material, easy to clean, very durable. Back in 2022 or 2023, we tested out the previous version, version 1, and that thing's still going strong. I'll probably have like 80 days of use on it. So one thing that I always notice about the Hydragun stuff is they're fitness people first. So they build things for themselves as athletes and then bring it to market. Whereas a lot of companies just see a product that another brand is making, they're like, oh, let's make that too. We can outsource that. Cool, I get it. It's a business, but if you know my business, I run a gym here in Denver, Existence Athletics. We host seminars with kettlebells for Strong First, FMS, all kinds of professional education. So we get fitness professionals that actually care about fitness for the people they care about first. And that kind of shows. I've actually noticed that across the board with Hydragun. So having used the previous one, I have high expectations for this one, and I'll just save you a couple more minutes. Having had this for a few weeks now, it's even better than the first one. It does get hotter, and they have some new accessories that they didn't have previously. So the HeatPod by itself is purchasable. I think it's $4.99, maybe $5.99. Again, whatever the price is, the best price, we'll have a link for that, affiliate link, just like the previous two. Again, zero cost way for you to support our channel and also get the best price possible and any kind of deals they have going on. At the filming of this video here, end of April, beginning of May, I think you get a free massage gun, which we have reviewed, and you can look on our Engearment YouTube channel. So that's a big perk. And then there's the ultimate kit, which is what I have here. This is a ballast that goes behind I've used it behind my calf right here, or you can do it behind your knee, wherever you want. Then a nice pillow. I mentioned in the first video part that we always put a pillow. You see the pillows right here, so we can prop our heads up and hang out and just relax. And this is the same material as the inside of the sauna blanket, and I'll show you. It's this wonderful vegan PU material, very soft, easy to clean. All right, and then one of my favorite parts is this nice cotton terry blanket that inserts into this so I can get buck naked and get hot in there. I'm not going to do that on camera, but that is how I usually use this. And you can see it's a perfect fit for the HeatPod. It just goes in like that, and then there's a slit right here. About 2/3 of the way is covered, 1/3 is opened up. Now, so I put that in there. I really should probably go buy 2 more of these so I have a constant rotation of clean ones, but that is how that works. Now I'll turn it on, and I think this might be the most dramatic difference that you'll see, because you can't feel. I wish you could. They all feel good. You'll see. Watch this. So again, 500 watts, 600 watts on average for consumption. So keep that in mind if you're in an RV or mobile home. Watch this. I'm gonna turn on. What do we got here? Real numbers in Fahrenheit or Celsius. So currently it's at 66. It's going to warm up. I have it set to, well, this is the cool part too. It'll go up to your last set temperature. So if you find a sweet spot, say 155 for 40 minutes is just the right amount of time to relax 3-4 days a week for you. Well, when you turn on, it will go right back to that setting for you, so you don't have to go through and punch around. But for me, it was 177 for 35 minutes. So it is heating up, but you can see very clearly that dot display and the build quality is it's nice. It's like a nice rubberized, thoughtful component. So you tell they put their time into it. Zipper, just like the LifePro, is nice and substantial. It does open up all the way like the previous two, so you can easily clean it. You put the ballast in right about here. And again, my measurements, 6 foot, 220 pounds, kind of bigger in the chest, 36, 37 on the arms, 32-inch inseam, and as you can imagine, I fit in here totally fine. It is the biggest one I've tested, and it works really good. And it has another feature that I mentioned in one of the previous videos that I did not like on one of the items, and they fix it with this. You'll see in a second. Pillow. Oh yeah, maximum relaxing. So I'm gonna zip it up. The zipper's really smooth, doesn't catch. Now they have magnets right here. So I get in, it goes up to my neck, and then the magnets click into place and seal in the heat. That's how you do it. They thought about all the things. Again, it takes about 10 minutes to heat up. It's already at 98 degrees from the room temperature of 66. So, you know, what I usually do is I plug them in, I go get some ice water and some lemon, and then come back and it's good to go. So I'll put the microphone kind of close to the magnets right here so you can hear them work. There you go. So that is the HeatPod version 2 from Hydro Pump. And as you can probably tell, it's my favorite. I think you can see why. The other two, totally fine. But if you're gonna invest the money and you're looking for the best value, honestly would say the HeatPod is where it's at, given that they throw in the massage gun that, you know, that costs at least $200 for most massage guns. So, you know, if you're looking at the value for money there, pretty good. But the build quality is, well, it's pretty obviously different than the other two and a lot of the other ones out there. Again, I was gonna try and do this with like 4, 5, 6 other heat pads, but really, as I looked at the specs, the reviews, and all that, none of them really jumped out. These two were pretty close. There's one third one that I thought about pulling trigger on, but I know because I've worked with HydroPod before, and their stuff was just good. So I'm glad I got these three. As you can tell, the readout is clutch. It's already 122. So that's how quickly it gets up to speed, right? And you know what temperature is. It's not just like some number like on the other ones where it's number 6 or number 9. You don't know if it's hit that temperature yet. You will know when it's hit the temperature here. And also, very kindly, it'll let you know when it's done, not just because the numbers will run out, but it'll give you audible, repeated sounds. So you know that your time is up and you can go walk your dog or continue your nighttime wind down ritual and brush your teeth and stuff like that. So anyways, those are my thoughts and observations. Obviously, not paid to say any of this. I just want to hopefully help you save your hard-earned money and put it towards a product that will best serve you and your family's needs. And warranty-wise, they all have warranties. I can mention durability-wise, my version 1 of this has been going strong since 22, 23, so several years of use. And I don't treat it super kindly. I sometimes even forget to clean it down, and I just kind of fold it up and stick it in the closet or under our bed. So it's durable. I'm sure the other ones are durable too. I've only had them for a little bit of time though, so I can't speak to that. But I would give 2 thumbs up to the HeatPod and recommend it. It's my fairly unbiased but slightly biased opinion given the fact that it has treated me well. Anywho, if you have any questions or comments, put those in the comments below. If you have experience with the HeatPod, the other ones we have in the video, or any other brands that we should look into, please let us know. We're always out trying to find the best quality gear, whether it's for outdoors or whether it's for fitness and health and wellness. So hopefully you found this all helpful. If you did, a thumbs up. I am going to have a series of videos on how sauna blanket compared to an actual finished tent sauna. I'm going to have a video on contrast therapy, testing different cold plunges, and then utilizing a sauna blanket with a cold plunge or a cold plunge with a sauna tent, various combinations that you might have access to or might be looking to invest in, and we have the experience with it. So we'd like to share that experience with you. If that interests you, consider subscribing to our Engearment YouTube channel. There's a link right there so you can stay up to date and learn more. I'm Sean Sewell, the owner and director of Stoke for Engearment. Until next time, take care.